Hiking, biking, maybe taking a dip in the water. Many of us want to turn those two coveted work-free days known as the weekend into hours and hours packed with a lot of fun-filled and productive activities. But whether you're hitting the trails or even just cleaning out your attic for the first time in months, some of that fun can turn a little painful. We're talking about sore muscles and tight joints. But today it's time to learn how to ease those frustrating aches and pains. Here to help us out this morning, Lauren Hong, Vice President of Kareway Products. Lauren, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before we get started, we wanted to hear from our viewers out there as to how they treat their aches and pains, and so our cameras hit the streets. Let's go ahead and take a look.
I go for massage every 2 weeks.
A lot of hot showers, a lot of Advil.
Advil.
Ibuprofen, Advil.
I have my kids distract me. Yoga, 100% yoga.
What do I take?
Tylenol, something.
Tylenol, something like that.
Advil.
I just do some meditation and just keep going. I have a 1-year-old, so I can't really stuck with a muscle pain.
And you know, Lauren, that's the thing. Many of us pride ourselves on being weekend warriors because we're so busy doing other things during the week that we save all those little tasks and chores and outdoor activities for the weekend. But that can really have an impact on our bodies, can't it?
Yes. When you spend a week sitting at your desk, not really exercising or working on your muscles, your body can become tight and unprepared for activity. But on the weekends especially, many of us like to get things done as much as possible, both around the house and for fun. Injuries happen from many different things like gardening, running around with kids, or venturing out to do something more tough on the body like jogging or biking. The truth is, it doesn't really matter what you do. If you've been physically stagnant for the week, any number of activities on the weekend can make you sore.
It's true. And we hear so much about how to treat that soreness, about how to treat aches and pains, from ibuprofen to heat to cold to rest. I mean, it can be really confusing. What should people do when they first start to experience soreness?
Well, first of all, if you're suffering from severe pain, you should call a doctor or consider a hospital visit. But consider something like biking for several hours after years of not being on the bike. You'll want something to relieve that soreness. For minor aches like that, you always want to start with ice first for the first 48 hours.
All right, so you want to start off with the cold, but what happens if the cold doesn't work?
Well, after 48 hours, if you're still suffering from pain, it's time for heat. But be careful to wait at least 2 days, because if you apply heat too early, it can cause increased pain and inflammation. Well, heat has an anti-inflammatory effect that relaxes muscle and tissue around it by increased blood circulation. So oftentimes it's used for muscle stiffness, but it's especially good for people who are suffering from long-term pain like arthritis or osteoporosis. Keep in mind that if your weekend is going to involve an activity that usually causes problems for you, then you might consider applying heat beforehand to loosen up those muscles.
You know what, but here's the thing. Sometimes, you know, those heat packs or ice packs, walking around with those things, that could be a pain, for lack of a better word. What do you recommend?
Well, we develop cold and hot hydrogel patches that are easy to use, holds in and non-irritant adhesive that doesn't contain latex, which some people are allergic to. Our patches have non-woven fabric backing material, which allows for flexibility and breathability. Also contains analgesic cream, which provides for 8 hours or more of pain relief, and protective film, which is removed before use. We have 3 different types: cold, hot, and hot, and they're all used for different types of scenarios that we've discussed.
You know, here's the thing, though. Some people, I don't want to say they're old school, but they just, listen, they're creatures of habits. They really like to use the rubs, and I'm sure this is something you already know. But you're recommending more of a compress. Why is that?
Well, because it's much more convenient to use, and it lasts longer with only one application, over 8 hours. I have a sample. It has a 4-way stretch fabric, so it's very flexible. It'll move with your body, and it's very comfortable to wear.
So at the end of the day, it's about comfort, it's about taking care of your body, and it really is about still being the weekend warrior, but knowing how to treat the pain that's going to happen at the end of the weekend.
Right.
All right, Lauren, well, thank you so much for coming by and sharing this good information with us on the show.
Thank you.
All right, and if you want to learn more about Kareway's line of pain-relieving products, just head to their website. It's kareway.com. That's Kareway.com.